boy. Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of the Polytickin Podcast, you friggin' nerds. I'm Maholo Marcus. That's Sefa, and that's Lance Falitongo, all right, of the Polynesian Podcast. Episode 114, all right. TPN. The boys are in here, okay? Bald beard and glasses, all three of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, toilet
What's
paper.
Up?
Yeah.
Pepo Falewila.
I just want to say, Lance, I didn't even think about this. You go by your full government name. Like, you know how good of a law-abiding citizen you got to be to want to just go by your name. Like, people just Google you and just find where you live, and you just cool with it.
Don't Google me.
Like, you just straight. Like, you just like, yeah, go ahead. Come on down. We'll get you a plate. Like,
what are you going to do? Drive up to Portland and say something to me? Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
He got the army shirt to let you know. He got the army shirt to let you know. I will protect myself. The Second Amendment is a thing here.
Yeah.
Let him know, Mark. Let him know, Lance.
Yeah. Close quarter combat master right here. That's who you're talking to, okay? You're talking to Solid Snake, okay?
Hey,
all right, he's been to missions abroad.
Remember when you used to lose in Metal Gear Solid? Snake.
Don't.
Yo, I used to be on. I had a demo of it. I didn't have the full game, but I had a demo of it, and you could only play that first level, and you swimming in the water. Then you gotta hide under a random locker that's just in the middle of nowhere. You gotta start knocking on the wall to make people walk to you, and I played that level. I could probably beat that level with my eyes closed. The way I played it so many times.
Hell yeah!
That was a classic.
Did you ever have to use the cardboard box? Did they have the cardboard
box?
Oh, later, yeah.
Okay.
Y'all remember the invisible dude that you had to fight in the office? A cubicle
I was just
office?
thinking him. Yeah. Psycho Mantis.
Oh my gosh, bro. You had to listen for the footsteps. You had to see where the paper was flying, and then you got to start shooting. Yeah.
And what's crazy about that one is that you had to change your controller. You had to move it to the second player controller port in order for you to progress through that fight.
Really?
Yeah. So it said
is
that
why I sucked at that game.
So towards the middle of the fight, he starts knowing every move that you do. So in order for you to combat that, you had to change from the first player controller port and change the wire into the second player controller port. Yeah. It's pretty innovative.
How did you even find that out?
Does it say something in the game?
Yeah, something like that. It's either during the boss battle or at the beginning, but he's fucking you up in the beginning. It's he knows exactly where you are because he does. He does know exactly where you are. So you got to take your controller out and put it in that thing in the port.
That's why. Hey, that's
a crazy thing.
That's hella innovative though.
Mm-hmm.
To think about oh my god, he's hacked your PlayStation. You got to rewire.
There's the second one, the sequel. There's a part where it starts glitching and it looks like your TV goes blank. Black. I keep trying to say blank and black at the same time. Blank. So it goes blank, and then you think that something's fucked up, but it's actually part of the game. I mean, that one's kind of common, but that shit it still fucked with me, man.
Yeah.
Dude, this game was $50. Yeah, it was tight.
Shout out to all the hours. Yo, that's what I be doing now. I be watching old, I watch YouTube videos of people breaking down old video games that I used to play. I was watching Digimon World 3 the other day while I was playing Marvel Rivals. And I was just watching. I was just, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when that happened. I think I want to watch Ninja Gaiden next because they got a new Ninja Gaiden coming out. You seen that?
Oh shit, nah.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. I think it's Ninja Gaiden 8 or something. Crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
I've just been playing Red Dead Redemption 2, bro. I'm trying to get my satchel, all right? And Mike is over there chilling in jail in Strawberry. I'm not getting him out because he's a freaking lily-livered coward. You know what I'm saying? He's a yellow-bellied rat. You know what I'm saying? He's standing there.
All the kids that I work with, all the kids were like, oh yeah, we could play poker. I was like, damn, how y'all know how to play poker? They all looked at me and was like, Red Dead Redemption. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, you can gamble on Red Dead Redemption. I was like, okay, I guess.
I'd be stuck there the whole day, just in the saloon.
Bro.
Try not to get shot.
Yeah. There's challenges linked to that shit, and I'm just playing this. They got blackjack too. I'm like, double down.
What?
Yeah, they got blackjack in there too. Don't play it, Lance.
It's
Lance
okay.
gonna start sweating.
Downloading the game today.
It's okay to be to gamble your life away in a video game. Just let it stay in the video game. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
I'm going to the casino right now. Fuck.
What do you have coworkers that gamble at the same place y'all work at?
Well, we can't. The dealers can gamble at the place that they work at, but we cannot gamble at anywhere that we have a contract with. So,
okay.
Yeah, so we do have gamblers. They're just not in the 2-3 casinos that we have contracts with. But the other ones, yeah, they be going.
That's good. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then that kind of puts a limit on you. So
hey, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
How far do you have to drive if you want to go to a casino you could play at?
Oh, not too far. There's one in Hawaiian Gardens, which is about 20 minute drive.
Damn, how many casinos are there out there?
Oh shit, let me think. 3, 4, 5.
Oh.
At least in SoCal, yeah, about 6 maybe.
And those are all like pretty close to you?
Yeah, for the most part, yep.
Mm-hmm. Money.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to the Sorry, what?
No, shout out to who?
Shout out to the bus, the Calusa bus. They used to pull up right next to our house and pick up all the old Asian people, man. Shout out to you.
Hey.
They used to just be lined up in the. Hey, it is just.
We'll come get you.
Yeah,
bro, in the middle of the hood, right there off of Dry Creek, bro. Like it just, you just look out the door one time, and it'd be like 30 old Asian, like just elders, just posted up, standing there on their phones. And then the bus pull up, and they all. But it's just a weird place. There's no bus stop sign. It's just an not abandoned. It's just a parking lot of an elementary school. That's what it is. They get picked up in the parking lot of an elementary school in the hood at like random time, and then they get dropped off, and they just be 30 Asian people just get, the bus come, they get dropped off, and then all these other cars come and pick them up, and I just be like, this is weird, but shout out to Calusa.
You're looking at a secret meeting right there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you're not supposed to be seeing that, bro. Now they have to kill you.
now
they'll
that I
find you and kill you.
Now that I got the little gambling bug, you might see me lined up there. I'll be like, hey, how y'all doing?
What's
I'm
crazy?
Too, yeah.
A couple days ago was Chinese New Year, so it was very active in there. Yeah.
What y'all do?
Active in there. I didn't do much. Yeah, you freaking jerk. What did you and your people do, man? Not a damn thing.
How many red envelopes did you get?
Yeah, some of them dealers got the red envelopes, man. I definitely
for real?
One. Yeah. Yep. The casino gave them red envelopes and shit.
But not y'all?
No, man. We're nobody.
Oh my gosh, bro.
They're just pandering.
Hell no.
Hell no, I want my $2. Yeah.
It's the year of the snake.
It's the year of the snake.
Pause. You got pause this whole year.
Yeah.
And what year is it? Man, pause.
Man, pause. Hold on. It's the year of the snake. Yeah, man. Episode 114. All right.
Yeah.
The hell is going on out there?
Episode 114 of the Polytickin Podcast, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all already know what it is, but if this is your first time hearing this, you are about to experience something so cold, man. We never had nothing handed. Took nothing for granted. Took nothing from no man. I'm my own man. As a shorty,
I'm not a business man. I'm a business man.
Yo, if this is your first time hearing this, this is the Polytickin Network. We are the Pod Boys. Come on down to the Patreon to support us directly if you want to hear more from us. Patreon.com/the Polytickin Podcast. You get an extra episode every week. $5 a month gets you an extra episode every week. You know what I'm saying? We don't have ads over there. Like, we don't talk about what we do. So we just talk to each other, which is pretty dope. Also, you want some more of these two? Lance and Marcus, they got their own thing going on over there at the Pacifica Movie Starter Kit. If you follow us on audio platforms on Spotify or Apple or on YouTube, then you probably seen it. But if not, tap in Check them out as they break down contemporary Pacifica movie classics, contemporary classics, new movies, cult classics and whatnot. Some things that may turn into cult classics. Do y'all have any candidates for the next episode or the last episode?
Yeah, definitely. Three Wise Cousins will be the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been slacking for sure.
Yeah.
TBH, but that's okay. All right.
Yeah,
we're still trying to figure out the shows.
We got a library of breakdowns of a bunch of Pacifica movies. Whale Rider, Next Goal Wins, Siona's Wedding, Boy, Legend of Johnny Lingo. Anything you can think of, we probably already done a review for it. So you can definitely check it out there. But we got new stuff coming. So stay tuned.
And also, barring their last couple recent ones, them episodes was longer than the movie. So y'all go ahead and have fun with that. I'm sure if y'all like, man, I wish I had a new one. I'm sure y'all didn't catch all of the episodes. So go on back, take a visit down memory lane, check it out. Also, if you want some sports takes, NFL is wrapping up. The season's wrapping up. We got the Pro Bowl going on right now. We got the whatever game is happening, whatever happens.
Some kind of big game in a couple
some
weeks,
whatever. Oh, I mean, we got the Kendrick Lamar concert coming on. And
I
don't know what's going on, but the Kendrick Lamar concert's coming up. So check out Lance Faletongo and the Polytickin Podcast. Shout out to the Uso Force. They'll give you some sports takes. They'll give you what they think. They'll give you a bunch of Chargers and Lakers propaganda, but whatever it happens.
And Raiders propaganda.
Oh yeah, shout out to Force. I will tell you this though, if you believe in Raider propaganda, I got a bridge to sell you, because it's really hard to spin that one into a positive. But shout out to the Polytickin Podcast, and without further ado, we back, my brothers. How y'all been? Oh shoot! Wait, I'm the one with the ghettos.
Yeah, I actually added one.
Okay, let's go. How you been?
I added one. Yeah, I've been all right, man. Same old stuff. Ain't been up to much, but bro, something has taken over our workplace, and within the last couple weeks. All right, because there's so much downtime in the beginning of our shift that is kind of ridiculous, and it's got my brain hurt. All right, and I'm talking about Sudoku. Yeah.
Okay.
We're talking. I'm talking about Sudoku. I was just gonna say it. We're talking about. There's numbers on a grid, and you got to guess them. What game is that? Freaking Sudoku. Okay. And now it's hurting my brain. I want to know what y'all strategies are, so I can fucking finish these papers, because it's ruining my life. All right. Amongst many other things, it's ruining my life. It's taking over because, like I said, there's so much downtime in the beginning of the shift, so there's no players, and we're just sitting there chilling. We get bored by TV. It's 6 a.m. Conversations got boring, so then Sudoku turned into freaking cigarettes in prison, because we used to have a whole book of them over by where we clock out and in, but then we was taking all of them, so there's no more books over there. So now we're over here like, hey, you got Sudoku, dude? You got something we can do, huh? So now I have a couple papers. I've taken White out to it a couple times already. What are y'all strategies? Help.
I usually I'll use pencil.
Yeah, that was the thing. That was the thing too. Yeah. Oh, we only have pens there, so everybody was doing math and pen. I was like, yo, this is a cardinal sin. What the fuck are we doing here?
The audacity of this guy to do Sudoku with a pen. That's wild, bro. I've never had that much self-confidence.
Man, morals went out the window as soon as boredom took over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely pencil. Also, sometimes if I'll split the box in half. Oh yeah. Depending on how big the grid is, but I'll split the box in half and write a couple I'll write possibles in it. Yeah. And then as you progress, you're like, oh shoot, then you erase, and then you're like, oh well, it has to be this. It can't be anything else.
Eliminate.
Yeah, that one, and then I think I mean everything else is pretty self-explanatory, but some people be doing it hella quick, and I don't know how they do that,
bro. Yeah, it ends up all being wrong.
So you got a 9x9 grid, a 3x3, 9 3x3 boxes. You got to have 1 through 9 in every row, 1 through 9 in every column, and every box. You can't repeat any of the numbers. Yeah. It's one of the funnest little mind puzzles to just go through. If you have a book of them, you just freaking. I write down the numbers.
crossword puzzle guy myself.
I think I do Sudoku more than crossword. I feel like I don't.
Okay.
Wait, which one is crossword? Is that the one where you write the word or the one where you circle the word? I like the
Write
circle.
the word.
I'm dumb.
That's word search.
No. See, that's word search. That's what I do. I do the dumbest one. I play chess, not checkers, or
Like
checkers,
backwards?
not chess.
Diagonals.
Yeah.
I write the numbers 1 through 9 in 3 rows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I go number by number and try to fill in each one. So I'll go 1. I'll look at each box and be like, where does the 1 go here? Are there other ones that can kind of cross this out? And then when I get all of the same number in all 9 boxes, then I just check it off or cross it out to my little 3x3. But it takes a couple of times, right? Because you'll start getting a couple ones, and then some of them will be missing. It could be here or there. You got to go to the 2s, fill in the 2s, fill in the 3s.
Strategy, Lance.
Wait,
what?
I just want to say Marcus is dead serious about this, because as soon as you start talking about your strategy, he put out a pen and paper and write it down.
I got him right here.
It works for me.
It's all white out right there.
Oh shoot!
This is terrible, bro.
Oh man, you know what you should do? You should print out a bunch. You should print out a bunch that you already know and solve it in front of them. Like just print out a bunch, like a whole stack, and just be like, "Yeah, man, I want to roll today. I'm on fire. I don't know what's going on."
Don't even look at the paper, dog. It's crazy. I just
Lance, let me tell you right now, I see why you making $8,200 an hour, because you smart as hell, because that didn't sound easy at all.
No, it's just check it off, process, keep going around, and eventually all the spaces will be filled out, and you'll freaking eliminate ones that can't be. And I don't know, it works. I do Sudoku and pen. I have like a large.
Oh my, Lance, that was the
I do a large
flex of the year. So
yeah, for real.
Got a large Sudoku book. It's probably got like 300 puzzles in it. There's like an easy section, medium section, and a hard section. I'm doing the mediums right now.
Bro's on the mediums. No, shut up, Sefa. Hold on. Keep going.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Shut up.
But I've turned it into my journal. So I'll do a Sudoku puzzle right when I wake up. And in the margins, there's like enough space to like write 2 paragraphs. So I do a Sudoku puzzle, and then I do my journaling. And then I throw it on the table and go for a walk.
Lance is the brain. Me and Sefa are Pinky, and Lance is the brain. What the fuck is this? Who is this guy, bro? That's tight.
So you solve the Sudoku and then you write about solving it? Is that what?
No. Like we were talking about journaling.
I answered 5. Oh, okay. So it's just about your life.
The left column. No, yeah. It'd just be instead of journaling in like a notebook, which I started with, I just switched it over to a Sudoku book.
Dear Sudoku book, I solved you so fast.
I'm gonna throw it away.
You little floozy, you were so quick and easy. Wait, Lance, are you telling me you solve a Sudoku every day in your bed every morning you wake up?
It's downstairs. When I get downstairs, I wash up, and then if I see the Sudoku book, I'll remember to do it.
All right, why is Lance doing a show with us again, bro? Why is he?
Okay, Lance Hawking.
It's a puzzle.
Okay, Lance Zuckerberg. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, Lance Bezos.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Yeah. Oh, Lance deGrasse Tyson. My bad, bro.
Oh, Lance Einstein.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got a freaking genius on our team.
Yeah. That's why women ain't that smart, so of course you don't want to socialize.
I let women do Sudoku.
I let women do Sudoku.
No.
Hell yeah. Well, yeah, that's it,
right.
man. I ain't been up to much, bro.
Shout out to
now
Sudoku.
I got my strategies. Yeah.
That's how I know I got dumber over the years. Because when I was in high school, I used to love Sudoku. I used to do them a lot, like in class instead of work. And I tried to do it probably a year ago. I gave up out of frustration. I haven't done that in hella long. Like I usually have a lot of patience and time right now, but I gave up in frustration. I literally was just like, not worth my sanity, and I just left it.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in the house somewhere.
Yeah.
So now not yesterday, but the day before at work, played dodgeball. So we have these like soft, not the red bouncy one, like the kickball, not that. They're like softer, they're softer, like a full of sponge kind of material.
Yep.
It's light. So we were playing with that, and it was pretty cool. My team, I ain't gonna lie, my team, man, we got this girl. She's small and she's young, and she's from China, so she's quiet. You know, she talks, she socializes, but she's really quiet. She kind of keeps to herself amongst the kids, whatever. Brother, she was hella excited. First of all, she was hella excited when we was about to play. Oh, I love dodgeball. I love dodgeball. Like, okay, yeah, you know, we finna turn up though. And then she ended up being on my team. I was like, hey, I need y'all to get it together because we not finna lose right now. Bro, she was in when I was out. She did the thing where you got the two balls and you just deflected it. I was like, bro, what is this?
Oh,
I'm looking at average Joes over here, bro.
Yeah, bro, she dodging a wrench.
Yo, 5D's a dodgeball, these fools, bro.
Bro, she literally was spinning, jumping, slide, like she was like everything, bro. I was amazed. Even when her mom picked her up, I said, yo, she's a hell of a dodgeball player. I don't know if there's like a dodgeball in the film, but if there is, sign her up.
Hey, you need to groom this talent right now. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, it was incredible. So yeah, like, you know, of course we mopped the floor, you know. But the last game. So and I don't know if it was the last game, but after what happened, it became the last game. We was playing, and the rule is if you're out, you got to sit on the floor where you get hit. If you catch the ball, you're back in. So it was me and then my coworker for the night. She was on the other team. She got out, she was sitting on the floor. There was one girl left, and I guess their strategy was, I'm finna stand next to you guys that are out so they can throw it and then you can catch it. You'll be in.
Nice.
I didn't know that strategy. I just seen her walking on that side, and I thought, I don't know. I thought I was Patrick Mahomes, you know? So I was looking at the kid this way. I seen the girl on the other side. And so I went up to throw, but instead of throwing straight, I went whoosh. I went like that, right? Brother, that ball went straight into my coworker's face.
In the
face! Dude, she wasn't even playing. Like, she was out. She was on the floor. Like, she was on the floor with like her hand, you know how you tired and you sitting on the floor, like you lean back and you got your arms behind. Like, she was like that.
Couldn't even block it.
Bro, that bug hit her face, and the smack was so loud. All the kids turned to her. They were like, whoosh. She rolled back and like at her. And the kids was like, yo, man, bro. They was like, whoa, that was such a loud smack. And they was like, yo, like afterwards, I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, but I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was so sorry. She's like, no, it's okay. I was like, are you bleeding?
I was like, I'm bleeding. No, it's okay. It's okay. Your nose is fucking sideways and broken. Oh no, it's okay. I am so sorry, dude.
He broke in my nose.
He broke in my nose.
He broke in my nose. No, she was cool, but man, the kids didn't let me forget. They was just like, yo, Chef, we get it. You a big man. You got the muscles. You don't gotta prove that you're strong by throwing it at people's faces. I was like, jeez, I'm gonna need y'all to shut up right now because this is not okay. I was like, you know what? You're in and I'm out. And she was like, no, it's okay. I was like, no. I'm sitting down. I'm out. You're in. And then they won. I was like, hey, congrats.
I fixed it.
Yeah, so that was that was.
Wait. When you're throwing this ball, you said it was straight up sidearm? Like you was feeling it? You thought it was going straight to the player?
That's the thing, though. The girl.
Forgot how to throw a ball, bro.
That's the thing, though. It was on point. The girl I was aiming for was behind her. She was standing behind her. It's just my coworker is tall with a long torso, so her head is higher than usual. So when I threw it, it was supposed to hit the girl in her body, but yeah. So, anyways,
So I committed murder this week.
I felt hella bad.
Damn.
Yeah, and they brought it up last night too.
Mm.
But yeah, man.
Callbacks are the greatest.
Any dodgeball experience from y'all?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we played dodgeball, but we called it Socko. This was in middle school. I don't know why. And Socko, it was right up my alley. I was still into wrestling at the time, so Mankind, it was tight. So we played. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we played Socko, and I was a very loud, obnoxious kid about it. Socko was all of our favorite game to play during PE. So we were super into it, and it got really competitive and a lot of screaming, a lot of shouting. And I remember one time, I think it was my birthday, and just for the hell of it, we started doing like half court shots, but like backwards with that same ball that you described, and I made the shot. That's not a dodgeball story, but that was the same day we played soccer. But then after they're like, just
sprinkled it.
Yeah, just sprinkling it in. I made a half court shot behind the back. But,
by the way,
what was the court reaction when you made that shot?
Oh, hands up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh my God, King. Oh my God.
As it should be.
Yes. Every time Socko came up during PE, it was always the best days. Always fun. Yeah.
I know I'm getting old. I know I'm getting old because as I was dodging, I was kind of feeling myself. I ain't gonna lie. I was doing the old, like, you know how the ball's coming and you keep one leg on the ground and you swing the other leg back.
Oh,
like I was moving. I was moving, and then I try to do the the sideways jump back. Bruh, I jumped back and it still hit my stomach. I was like, oh, it's sticking out a little more than I remember. I was like, I did the whole thing too. Like I was on there like this, and I was like, and it still hit my stomach. And the kids was like, yeah, you can't dodge that one, Seth. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
I think you're doing a sideways V, but you're doing a sideways W.
How about you, Lance? You a dodgeball fan or no?
Yeah, I can't remember like a lot of fun dodgeball times. I'm sure I played it a bunch as a kid. But a different game that we played in middle school, I think it was called Suicide. You have a tennis ball and you throw it at a wall. And then if you grab the ball after it bounces on the wall, you have to get it to the wall. So if you miss the wall, or if someone hits it and it doesn't touch the wall after you throw it, everyone gets to punch you until you touch the wall. You guys ever play that game?
I don't even know what you just explained. I ain't gonna lie.
I thought you were explaining handball.
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but
it's kind of like handball. I mean, handball is what it bounces once and then touches the wall. You're hitting it towards the wall. Mm-hmm. We do this on like the side of the PE building or something like that. It'd be like 20 kids out there.
All right, so explain it. So you throw the beginning of the game is you have the ball, you throw it against the wall.
Right. It has to touch the wall for you to clear, right? If it doesn't touch the wall, if you don't make it to the wall, everyone gets to punch you until you run and touch the wall. That's like,
hey, I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. I would probably punch a kid too right now if they can't hit a wall. Like, what do you mean you can't hit a wall?
Yeah.
Sometimes you throw it and it goes hella far back. Like you bounce it off the wall and it goes hella far back, and then someone, they're like 50, 60, whatever yards away and they can't make it back. But then you gotta run. You got to juke, you got to dodge. People are trying to tackle you, get you on the ground and jump you real quick.
So if you throw the ball from 50, 60 yards away, can you get the ball and then run towards the wall, or you got to throw it where it's at?
Yeah, you got to get it where you pick it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wouldn't even touch the ball. I just wait for someone
else to
start punching on.
There would be.
As a kid, I'd be the only kid that's not looking for the ball. I'm
just following the ball to punch people. There would be guys that hung out on the wall, and if the ball came, they would slap it away so that you technically didn't touch
See,
the
that's
wall.
fucked up. That's fucked up. Nah.
I'm gonna
And you
keep
just
Olajuwon on that wall, brother.
You gotta rugby your way, man. Yeah, fun, exciting, dangerous.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to dodgeball. I got my glasses knocked off in high school, but we're not gonna talk about that. How about you, Lance? Let's hop into that.
Oh man, what am I talking about? Sorry.
Brother, you're the one who said you were gonna
Now,
now it looks like I'm propping up my album because Lance wanted to talk about my album. And now I'm like, go ahead, Lance. And he's like, wait, what
You were the one who wanted to do it. It wasn't even me.
Lance is mad. Hey, Seth, what did you want me to say again? What did you? This is the greatest.
You
album
sent
of
me
all
the-
time.
Hold on.
Can you retext me the script? No, before we were talking about me missing the 10,000 bonus for our wellness challenge.
Okay.
Yeah, that was annoying back-to-back days where I fell asleep because I was working out too hard and got stuck at like 9,500 steps.
Yawn.
Anyways.
Lance, yawn.
Were you working that hard if you only got 9,500?
Damn.
I told you we did a different workout. I tried to take my daughter along for the walk, but she was like, I don't want to walk. You can grab my stroller. So I was basically pushing a big Samoan baby around for 4 miles. My entire body, my back, my arms, my shoulders, my butt, my legs, knees, everything's hurting. I put her down to sleep at like 8 o'clock. I fell asleep until after midnight. I did not get a chance to get those last 500 steps.
Lance, are you Armstrong or not?
Those sound like excuses to me, Lance.
Yeah, he sounds like an Air Force. No, I'm just kidding.
I fell asleep and I did not want to make that mistake again until the next day. I did not get enough steps in again. I was stuck at like 9,600. Annoying. But during those walks, been listening to the album Sefa put out last week on his birthday, therapy sessions. It's on what? Apple? Is it on Spotify? Any other
Everywhere you stream your music, bud. Everywhere you stream
music, Amazon. I think it's on Napster. It's everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Also-
illegally downloaded it off LimeWire yesterday.
Yeah.
Also on YouTube, Sefa M916. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you more about this. There was a bunch of different bars, a bunch of different beats, and songs, and just wanted to get like we have you here. You know, we were talking about wanting other people to kind of break down our art or what we're talking about on the pod, stuff like that. And I wanted to kind of do that while we have the main artist here to talk about your album. Therapy sessions. We know that you've been going to therapy recently. You talked about it on the show. You're talking about it in the music, but is that what sparked this album? Just like a different you and wanting to express that, or how do you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the pod too. Like I came straight from therapy a couple times. It came just straight to the pod. So talking about the experience of therapy or talking about a new perspective of after therapy was a big part of this album. And it wasn't like I made it for that purpose. It was I went, had a session, thought about some things, and then I was just like, yo, I shouldn't be the only one to know this. And then I wrote it down, and then like I think there's 7 songs, 8 songs, something like that. I think out of those 8, like 6 of them were written directly after either therapy sessions or written after the start of therapy. So it only made sense that, you know, I would name it this. So yeah.
Definitely listening to the songs. It's introspective, but that's also you, right? That's your brand.
Mm-hmm.
Introspective, real, honest, putting it out there like that. Definitely a lot of describing the family and the growing up. And kind of how it shaped you, but like you're talking about it in the songs, being real, being a stand-up person, being someone that people can look up to. How does that, as someone who's making music and putting art out there, is that something you think about? Like when you're writing, it has to be something upstanding. It has to be, or I mean, is that just natural, or is that something you don't even think about when you're writing?
I think now with the podcast, with my job and the position that I'm in and the role that I'm in at work, and then in music, I think this is like a new territory for me. Um I used to use the whole line like I didn't ask for this. I didn't ask to be like influence on your kids, or I didn't ask to be a role model. I never said I was a role model, you know. You got people who say that, and you got people like celebrities or influencers who say that. And I honestly, bro, I think now being 33, being, seeing life and working with kids, I think that's such a cop out. Like I don't believe in that line at all anymore. Um, because this isn't something that we asked for, but you can't shy away from your calling. You can't shy away from something. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels preordained, if that makes sense. And I don't mean to get all spiritual, or whatever, but like you can't run away from the things that God is gifting you with. And so when people cop out and say like, "Oh yeah, no, I never said I was a role model. I never said this or that," but like it comes with the territory, you know. And it's funny because these same people, they understand this aspect and everything else. Like if somebody's banging and then something unfortunate happens, it comes with the territory. Or if you go to another establishment where it's mostly affluent or rich people and then you face racism or whatever, hey man, leveling up comes with the territory. So it's like we understand that certain things come when you don't ask for it, but you still have to deal with it. We understand that in every other aspect, but as soon as it's us that has to take the blame or take responsibility or accountability for our actions, all of a sudden, oh man, I didn't ask for this. I never said I was a role model. And so I just, I want to like say, no, like this is part of the territory. This comes with it. This just comes with it. So I think if you're in a position to influence, and if you making music and you're like a figure in your community or a figure in your culture, more has to come with it. You have to understand you're influencing these kids, and you got to do right, even if it's not something you asked for. Yeah. If that makes sense.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel that pressure. Like I feel like I don't have people looking like at me and like exampling off of that.
Lance, you were the face of Flight Night, Lance. You are definitely somebody. You definitely had influence, have influence. Yeah, you there.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, just now, just the feeling. I don't like feel that burden. Not that it's like a bad thing. It's like good, right? You say it comes with the territory. If you have that platform, it's to you to positively influence those who are looking up to you. But I gotta figure that out a little bit more because I just feel like it's not. I don't have to worry about it.
It doesn't feel like that to you, Lance. But bro, if you step outside of that, bro, you're gonna realize that you have a lot more viewers than you think. Because I'm in that same boat with you, bro. Like I felt like nobody paid attention to what the fuck I was doing or saying. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, we've kept this podcast going for 2 years now. You've got the Polynesian podcast. Like, bro, people are looking at you, even if you think they're not. You know what I'm saying? And we've discussed some of this stuff off camera. Like, when I would jump out the window, I still jump out the window, but I'm a lot more mindful of it now because there's still eyes on us, bro. It doesn't like you may think that you have nobody watching you, but they are. You know what I'm saying? And what we do with that, with those eyes, it's kind of like we have to be better about that now. I definitely have to be better about that. I gotta stop jumping out the window so damn much. You know what I'm saying? But like now, I'm aware now that like, no, people are watching us, bro, and people are liking what they're watching and seeing. You know what I'm saying? They've told me about all of us. I'm sure you've gotten messages from people about the pods that we do. You know what I'm saying? So don't sell yourself short like that, bro. Like you got some influence, bro. And it's because of the things that you're doing with this and Polynesian, like, and plus, bro, face a freaking Flight Night, bro.
Flight Night.
You've got
the biggest show to come out of American Samoa. The best show ever.
All like, yeah, don't sell yourself short, dog. Like you've got eyes, bro. We've got eyes. And I was in that same boat too, man. Like I was like, dude, I'm not a role model. I can't be that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like that changes when you have people telling you that like what you guys do helped them out a lot. you know?
Mhm.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, you may not have wanted that or you may not have chosen that, but it's fallen into your lap and now we have to be responsible, right? We have to be responsible with that kind of viewership and with that kind of love. So, I mean,
Nice.
shit, why not? You know?
Good points. Realizing that. I feel like a lot of the beats on this the album, the beats that you chose for this album are like, I want to say soul-y, jazzy, piano, a couple of horns, like some taps, right, instead of full-on drums. Was there a certain mindset that you had when you were writing these for what beats were they were going to go on, or how did you find those or make those?
I think as an artist, you realize if you want to make a song where people are vibing to it, you make a song with a beat that's jumping. You make a song with a beat that's catchy, and then you kind of add on to it, and the beat kind of drives everything. But then if you want, as an artist, if you want the person to like listen to you and not the beat, you kind of choose something that's a little more in the back, a little more for ambiance instead of actually driving the record. And so with this, outside of the whole game, or takeover, I forgot what I ended up naming it. Um, outside of that song, everything was more so like I want these people to hear what I'm saying. So we're gonna make it either a soulful sample or we're gonna make the beat be very minimal or just background music to the message or to the words. So I chose, it just so happened like the jazzy type of stuff or the soulful type of stuff is just what I was feeling at the time. But I would classify all of this as like a winter album. I'm being a winter artist right now, Marcus.
Yeah.
And yeah, so there's that's why it sounds like it does. Yeah.
I want to go through some of these songs and some of these bars. It's like really get your thought or some more kind of questions.
This is like genius. It's like a genius interview.
Track number 1, "Walk With Me." Haunted by dreams with friendly faces. Haunted by demons with friendly faces. Who'd have thought these rhymes written down would send me places? Where have your rhymes sent you?
Alaska. I was just chopping it up. Shout out to Lonnie at Hundredfold. I was just chopping it up with her about the album and about everything. But like, music has afforded me a lot of opportunities. I've been to Alaska. That was a dope experience. Been to Anaheim area-ish. Had some opportunities not even just performances, but just being able to be in certain rooms, like in Hawaii, studios with Rebel Soldiers in them. Shout out to them. Super early on in my career. That was and shout out to Rich, man. Rest in peace to my cousin Rich, who set that all up. But it was because of the music. Just being able to meet like these big artists in our community, bro. Like Sione Toki is like one of the dopest, in my opinion. Like he's one of the dopest vocalists, lyricists, arrangers in our community. And like me and him, I can hit him up anytime and just be like, "Hey, bro, that's just crazy to me." But yeah, like all these different connections with people. I remember being in Samoa starting rap. Me and Marcus, we was in the trenches with it. We was recording. We used to record songs in empty classrooms at ASCC. We we would go around and wiggle every door to see which room was open because hopefully it still had the AC unit going. Because them, shout out to them janky little security officers on ASCC. They used to go in and turn the AC off. We used to get lucky sometimes because
Universal remote.
Yeah, they would have one remote on that little go-kart. I don't know if they still doing that, but they used to have that little go-kart they used to ride around on, and then they used to go and turn off the AC and lock the doors, but sometimes they forgot. So me and Marcus would go around, wiggle doors, and then, hey, this door's open. We finna record a song. And then we go in there. The back in the days, right? Yep. Back in the days, we did that one. We did that one in the it was in the back over there by Miss I forgot her name. She was a hella cool teacher, but it was in the back area of ACC, super far away
Reggie?
from smoking. I remember that.
The art teacher?
She had a funny name. Was it Muli Talo or something like that? It was like a funny, I don't know. There was like a Muli in there or something.
But all these places and these relationships, they wouldn't have happened without you starting in the music.
Yeah, like when we started music, we were seeing Cutthroat Mode on Channel 6 and Drew Deasy and like all, you know, Polytape Drop. And we seen all these artists. And like, you know, see on the Toki and it was popping, you know, the pull up, when I pull up, like all of that. And then to go from being a fan out there and seeing all of this happen on Channel 6 and on YouTube, shout out to LJ who was you know, curating Channel 6 at the time, and you see all these artists. And then later on being able to meet people like Big Body Cisco, or be able to meet Cutthroat Mode, or be able to meet and get in the song with Juice Boy before the unfortunate happened. Like that kind of manifestation is like, who'd have thought? Who'd have thought the stuff we was doing at ASCC, bro? Like just, or the stuff we was doing at my house, or just random places where we just pull out the microphone and laptop. Like who'd have thought that would have led to this? Yeah. And so that's really what I meant, because I didn't know. And the crazy thing is, it ain't got nowhere big in terms of like the general scope, but in terms of like culture in the community, like I've met some really big and important people in our community. And to me, that means more than like commercial success, because like I care more about our community and culture than I do about the commercial aspect of things. Yeah. But yeah.
It's all relative, man. It's all relative. Yeah, it's all relative, bro. Like
you know Marcus from Carson.
It's all relative. Relative. Nah, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You keep going in this song, Walk With Me, talking about purpose. Then I found me another and started rapping less. I'm learning that my purpose is just whatever my passion is. What I talk about how. Okay, so that's just talking. Okay,
you know, that's the podcast. I said, you know, found me another. You know, started rapping less. Finding that my purpose is just wherever my passion is. And so like the music came. I love music. Did it for so long, and then we started podcasting. And then this was a dope way to get my thoughts out. And it was a new avenue, and everything was fresh. And then it's just like, yo, yeah, this is dope. And now I'm passionate about this. And then, you know, life happens. So I got time for the podcast, and then I got time for work. And then music is kind of like falling off recently, but still there. But that's what I mean. Like, and then even work, you know, working with the youth out here, you know, being able to connect with the kids in a way where they telling me other people can't connect with them, or just being able to come down to their level. Like, that's also a passion of mine now. Like being like, I've been trying to figure out how I could go talk to these kids that's like getting in trouble out here, because I feel like troubled kids out here is 100 times less in trouble than troubled kids back in California. And I feel like it would be easier to nip it in the bud out here. And I would love to like, I'm literally trying to figure out how I can talk to people, to talk to these at-risk youth and see like, hey man, what's up? What can we do to get this right? Because this is an easy call, man. You just go to school, you know? So like, that's where my passion is. Like, I'm learning, like, it ain't just music. It don't have to be just one thing. Like, I'm finna, you know, I'm not gonna box myself into one category. Like, we finna get it in any which way we can to make a difference, to make a positive impact, to do that, you know? But yeah, that's what that means.
But what I'm talking about is going to be why I'm immortalized. Between the lines, I see the signs like it's notarized. I thought that was a bar. And then the song ends. If it don't add to my success, please leave it out. If it's just adding to the stress, please leave it out. If it don't put on for the West, please leave it out. I'm really that example for my people that they speak about. Seth. And then we get some like instrumentals to fade out. Is there a certain way that you look to like wrap up songs or end them? Like, is it a big uppercut punch, leave people speechless, and then just let the music kind of carry them to the next song? Is there anything you think about when you're ending like that, wrapping it up?
Nah, with that one specifically, I rapped a little more, and then it was getting whacker. Like
I fucking hate that. I hate that shit so much, bro.
Self-aware.
It'd be the hardest shit, bro. 4 of the hardest bars ever. And then that fifth one would be like, dude, this fucking ruins the dog shit out of this shit.
Bro,
Fuck.
I had about 6 more bars after those lines. And I was just like, yeah, no.
Bro. Yes.
Yeah, no.
man.
It's nah.
Yeah,
You gotta know when to hang it up. You gotta know when to hang it up.
You
I
gotta
laid
know
it
when to hold 'em.
know when to fold
Hold
'em.
'em. Yeah.
You know, I wrote more after that, and then I was just like, no, this is dragging, and I ain't talking Ball Z.
Oh, damn it. You know what? Keep going,
So-
motherfucker.
Yeah. So I didn't keep going. I stopped going. And then I figured those lines, like I was going back, and I was like, oh, that's hard. Like that's it. So then I stopped it there, and then I messed with the beat a little bit, but you know, you kind of know. Sometimes you don't know, which is terrible. Like I listen to songs now, and I'm like, why did you go that last minute? Like, shut up. Sometimes you don't know, but in that one I knew, like, yeah, no, that's a perfect send off. And yeah.
The next song, Who I Am. Do you remember this beat or like what you're trying to say through this one? Like what your message is in this song?
I think I was trying to tell people who I am. I don't. Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This album has been in the works for the last, I don't know how many months. 3 months, I think. This is when I started therapy, maybe 4. And every time I make a song, I listen to it religiously until I'm tired of it. So by the time these albums come out, I'm done listening to them, bro. I'm on to the summer album, and I'm listening to those songs a lot. So I kind of don't remember, and we don't have to go through every song, but yeah, I don't. I don't
That's
remember.
fine.
Yeah, no.
Whole squad been around like Tonka trunks, and you know my circle stays solid like a hockey puck. Does this line happen if you aren't living in Canada?
Oh, yeah,
hockey
you feel like
puck?
Nardwuar right now.
Yo, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's very mapley.
Sefa M. Sefa M.
Sefa
Sefa
M
M and the M stands for Maple Leaf.
I hate y'all. I hate
There's a
podcasts.
couple of these. There's a couple of these Canadian slangs that made it into this album.
Oh
What's
my
that? I
God,
never
he
said-
switched up, bro.
Hold up. What is? I have no passion for podcasting anymore. I don't know. I think it was just for the sake of rhyming. But you know what? I don't know. I see a lot of hockey commercials now, and it might have. It might
Start
have.
saying a whole lot of A and Crody in there.
Hey, Brody.
Hey,
If you
Crody.
leave your
Brody.
mom smoked out on the street, fam, you're smoked out, fam.
We lost them, Lance. We lost them.
It's just a new version. Cold night had to spit fire like Dylon. Crunch time, fourth
Ooh.
down, diving for the pylon. Even through depression, got that smile on itself. I'm just gonna go through these. Stop me if you want to say anything. Try as I might, so my best to keep up the fight. All this weight up on my chest, I don't feel all right. That's I feel like that was some of the like being real. Like I'm not always strong all the time. There are like weak points where we were like mental health wise we're lacking.
We all identify us 3 for sure.
Shed tears on stage, ain't no shame in my game. Where's that?
Yeah, where'd you cry at?
I don't think that wasn't an actual on stage. That was more so.
That was for the song.
Yeah, no. It was more so this in this album. Like it feels like I'm whining a little bit. But in this album, it's more so expressing my emotions on this platform, you know. So I said shedding tears on this stage, ain't no shame in my game. I'm at this stage, like in this stage of my life, but also like this stage, like being in front of all these people. Like I'm finna be super honest and let y'all know that it's okay to not be okay, because I'll be there. So yeah, that was
deeper than
more
that, Lance. It's
Yeah,
deeper than that.
I'll be lying sometimes. I'm sorry.
No.
Lance is
Loudest
like,
one's
yeah.
the weakest one. That's why I don't say much. doing this for the ones who ain't coming home. You struggle like I struggle. You know where I'm coming from. When they see me, they gonna see y'all. That's just what it is. They can't relate. That's just fine because they ain't cut from this. Family, right?
Yeah. I mean, your family, but also like anybody who comes from the places that we come from, you know, because I'm from North Sacramento, like I let y'all know. It's not North Sacramento is not an anomaly. Like it's special and it's unique, but it's also not the only one. So it's like a lot of different Carson, Long Beach, Seattle, Tacoma, Federal Way, like all of these different pockets, different things, different cultures, but the struggle and also like the circumstances are all very similar. So like that's what I mean when like, when they see me, they gonna see y'all. And it ain't just it is family definitely included, but like I'm talking about everybody. Everybody that comes from the same struggle as me, everybody that comes from the same, mentality as me, or comes under the same circumstances as me, like they should be able to relate to what I'm talking about because this is what I'm speaking on. So yeah, families included, but definitely it's a broader range for sure. Yeah.
We'll just go the biggest quotes from these last couple songs. Third track, Normalized Behavior. This one was like a kind of eye-opening. Everyone kind of wake up. We didn't normalize commemorating loved ones with a tat. We didn't normalize airbrush pictures drawn on the back. Normalize getting blacked out, sipping on yak, and plotting on ways to get them back. We didn't normalize pain, normalize hardship, normalize losing people that we start with, walking down the street being a target, and consuming trauma through different artists. Are people using music to like address trauma, or like do you think that's something we should step away from entirely?
No, hey, that'll be the last lyric we break down from my album because this sounds a little narcissistic. But no, that's a great lyric to point out. No, I'm not saying I'm in that specific line. I wasn't talking about the artist making it. I was talking about the listeners. I was talking about how like, so I have coworkers who've told me. Yeah, I have coworkers that have told me like they don't listen to hip hop, and like they're like, yeah, it's just a little too vulgar, and it's just a little too, a little too much. And even my girl, she'll be like, how can you listen to that? Like the music that you make and then the music that you listen to are totally different. And like we've kind of, we've kind of normalized listening to music talking about murdering. We've kind of normalized it. Like it's dope to us. It's like, oh, he said he's gonna shoot you 100 different ways. Oh, he said he's gonna kill your family. Oh, and we can like literally bop our head to it and just be fine. But the thing is, like for me, if I'm watching a show and people are getting slaughtered or kids are getting killed or things like that, it'll take me back a little bit. And I'll just be like I try to watch the Fallout, whatever.
Oh yeah.
And like the dude put a gun in the guy's mouth and shot people through his skull, and he was shooting people like that. And I told myself, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this. It's just too much. But I could listen to music about it. And so that's what that line was. Like we normalize consuming this trauma to different artists. Like it's nothing to us. We can have a playlist that has the electric slide, and the very next song is about murder, murder, kill, kill. And we have we don't flinch at all. There's no kind of hesitation. It's like, oh, this beat is slapping, and he finna talk his talk. Oh, I love it. And I that whole normalizing of that, I think is definitely an issue that we nobody has talked about. We kind of put it on the artist, and we will later on, we will. But also as the consumer, like these artists is only making this music because we listening to it. If they were to make this music and got no views, they'd go to something else. So I think we as listeners play a part in it. But that's what that line was for. It was more for listeners
the
than
consumers.
Yeah, it was for the consumers.
That song ends with like a speech talking about how it's not normal, it's abnormal, in fact, to be going to school, talking about people dying or getting jumped or stuff like that. Where'd you find that? Who is that?
That is Ross Baraka from New Jersey. The documentary series is called Brick City. It was a documentary, and it followed the police chief. It followed the city mayor, who's Cory Booker, who's now a senator, and then it followed a couple. I forgot. Then I think the girl's name was Jada and Creep or something like that. But she was a Blood and he was a Crip, and it was together. They had a baby, and it was a documentary that followed them. And I watched it on Sundance hella years ago, and that was a scene that, I mean, I was like, that was one of those moments where I was just like, oh shoot, this isn't normal. And I was in high school at the time, living in it, and so it was just like, oh, that's a good point to bring up. And it stuck with me this whole time. So when I wrote this song, I thought of that, and I instantly went to YouTube and pulled it off. I pulled the YouTube off, the audio off, just because I knew this would seal it. This would send it home, you know. But yeah, Ross Baraka. He was also on like the Fugees album or something. Like he's a poet. He was the principal at the time of a high school where a kid got shot. He didn't die, but he got shot, and that was the assembly after he got shot. And after that, Ross Baraka and a bunch of faculty members and also community members, like adults in the community, they were standing outside of the school for the next week or 2 weeks, and they were making sure that the kids got home safe. So they had their own, like, they didn't rely on the cops. They had their own supervision. They had to, make sure the kids that got home safe. So yeah, man, shout out to that. Shout out to the street doctor from that documentary as well. I remember his line that stuck with me that I always say now. He was handing out food and he was like, "This, y'all might not believe this, but this honey bun is gonna save a kid's life." He's like, "This little package of honey bun is gonna save a kid's life. This is gonna feed a kid and make him not feel hunger, and he won't have to do something desperate." And he was like, "Little hinges swing big doors." And after he said that, I was just like, "Damn!" And that stuck with me. This is 2008. This came out, and I'm still talking about it and preaching from it. So yeah. But yeah, man, therapy sessions out now, man. Appreciate Lance for all the deep dive. Appreciate Lance War. But this does bring me to my next topic, or to our next topic. I got a message from a youth. What the hell? I'm not at work. I got a message from an
old ass man.
Yeah,
I got a message from the youth. From a youth.
I got a message from young artist, young Polynesian artist, and he said, "Yo, man, I'm a big fan. Hopefully one day I blow up and be able to work with you." I was on the bus yesterday, so I figured, shoot, might as well, I got some time. So I checked his music out. And very typical, it was that same kind of music. It was that same kind of killer, guns, murder, whatever kind of music. Yeah, drill music. And the thing was, though, he was good. Like, he was rapping well. His delivery was dope. His flow was nice. His presence on the mic was good. And it sounded like it was old. Like, it sounded like an old song. And so I wrote him, I don't know what possessed me to do this, but I wrote him a long little message about, "Hey, bro, I think you got talent, but I also know how limiting this content is. And I understand when you from it, that's just all you want to talk about. And you want to let people know where you from. I get it. I get it. But I said something like, all these likes and views is cool, but don't get hyped up off of the attention of people who don't have your best interests at heart, And a lot of these artists, they'll see the likes and views and whatever. They'll get super hyped up and they'll just feed into it. And then if something unfortunate happens, the same people who was hyping them up and saying, drop a new song, they'll post the little flying bird, the little dove emoji, and they'll just find another artist. They'll just find another artist to listen to. They'll double tap your pick and keep scrolling. Nothing in their lives will change. And if you think about it, bro, like, these artists are risking everything for the approval of these people who, if anything irreversible were to happen, it would not affect them at all. It wouldn't change their day. It wouldn't change their life. Like, and then on the flip side, you got people who have family who everything will be changed if something happened. And they're, hopefully they telling you, "Hey, bro, that's not it. Try something different." And you're not listening to them. But they the ones who finna be the ones, with the flowers every year. They finna be the ones cleaning off the grave every year. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I went on a little Instagram story tirade or whatever I don't know, man. I was feeling myself.
The fire. I told y'all the fire.
I was feeling myself, but yeah, man. So what do y'all think of these topics? What do y'all think of this whole situation? What do y'all think? What's y'all opinion?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this so many times on here, right? Yeah, I don't think my opinion has changed at all since the first time, because it's like we said before, we don't know how much influence we wield until we put it out, and then like it how impactful that can be for these young artists to just follow in that, you know what I'm saying, and to get hyped off of just the likes and the hearts on their pictures and videos for their stuff. And it's, yeah, man, I'm in that same camp. Like, it's just hard for me to look down on a young artist who does come from that and talks about that in their music. Like, and I know you're not looking down on them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's trying to just let them know that, like, this direction comes at a cost. This kind of music comes with a cost. And you don't really realize that in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's great. It's a great thing that you went on this rant and told this young artist that, yeah, like, you weren't putting him down. You know what I'm saying? You were actually bigging him up, bigging his talent up, But I think a lot of artists should be better at warning these younger artists, like Lil Russell. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lil Russell will always be like this freaking network's North Star as far as how to, go about being an artist or an independent artist in this day and age, right? Pushing positivity, doing what he does, but like being also being very aware of like the business side of this music thing, where like all that drill music, all that murder music does numbers, but it probably won't save you in the end. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably won't save you in the end. So yeah, no, I don't have much to add to it besides I agree. Like, we've had this discussion so many times on this show, and you've had artists reach out because of this show and what we've talked about as far as, the things that we talked about, like, music wise on this show. So yeah, nothing has really changed. I want to hear what Lance has to say for someone who doesn't, he hasn't, I mean, we haven't done music in a long time. I'd love to hear what Lance thinks about all of this.
When did drill music kind of start picking up? Like, last 10 years?
Early 2010s.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's considered drill music. I'm just the murder music,
I'm making the comparison for, like, the content, that type of music. It's all murder music. Drill music is murder music. Go on.
And that's what I kind of think it is, right? I feel like I'm definitely not as tapped in with the music, but when I see young artists talking about, strapping up, loading up, going out, harming, intending to kill, I feel like sad. I don't know. You definitely don't want that to happen, but like, obviously, hip hop is like the realest, expression, is a very real expression of what you're going through. People have talked about where they grew up, but the glorification of that, like, the violence just begets more violence, just shows more violence, just makes it normalized so that people like continue it. And it's like one thing to be real and honest, but should you continue to be honest if that's the lifestyle that you're in? I mean, like, should you be broadcasting that, or what do we do? Americans First Amendment, like, talk about it, whatever.
So we've talked about it on this show, right? Like, there are certain ways to talk about where you come from without having to resort to those to certain things, to certain elements of that life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can still be of the streets and still talk about the streets in a way that just won't contribute to, the statistics of making murder music. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about things in a certain way, in a different way, without having to resort to that. So
if you're intending to be violent and aggressive when you're creating something, I mean, it definitely doesn't surprise any of us that it kind of is a cycle that repeats itself, right? Something happens to someone, they plot revenge. Now it's back and forth. Now it's generations of that. Now that's all anyone's ever known is fighting with these people. So I don't know what the step is to like make that uncool. Stuff talked about consumers. Maybe we can get consumers to realize you are what makes something cool, like what you give your attention to, what you pay for, give your dollars to, what you support. I guess just talking to consumers and figuring out how to kind of blunt that a little bit. But I mean, it's as an expression. I don't even like it. I don't know. I feel like a loser, or someone's gonna take this like, oh, he doesn't like my music. He's talking down on it. None of that. It's just not for me, I guess. But I don't know how to fix it, like without sounding like a total square. So, any suggestions?
That's the thing, though. That like I can talk right now and say how it's bad for us, how it's detrimental to our youth and detrimental to our community, and then hear some stuff and be like, that was cold,
bro.
That was a bar.
If I hear, bro, a Mozzie song can come on right now, and I'll just be like, dude, this dude can friggin' rap.
But see, there's a distinction between somebody who's speaking on their life and somebody who's glorifying it.
Yes.
And so, and even with Mozzie, that's a great point, because we'll talk about people outside our culture, so we don't get any, so we don't ruffle any feathers. But like even with Mozzie, right? I think Mozzie has two different sides. I think there are sides of him where he's speaking on it and he's talking about it and he's giving a correct or accurate representation of the struggle or accurate representation of where he's from. Mm-hmm. And you can listen to it and you can hear the gangs and you can hear the violence and you can hear it, but it's like it's an accurate depiction where it's like, yeah, this smoke was hella fun. Yeah, we made hella money, but damn, I lost my brother, or damn, this happened, or damn, I had to sit down. Some of the most
heartbreaking fucking music, you know?
And then he has other ones where it's just like, this is who I, like this and that. And so it's
everywhere.
Like that type is the one that glorifies. So like even within artists, you got songs that are, in my opinion, that don't glorify this life, that speak to the kids. It's like a cautionary tale. But then that same artist can turn around and make a song that's glorifying all of that. And so even in the artists themselves, there's a clash between who I want to be or who I am and what I should put out and who I should portray. Like there's that clash. And this is exactly why we should have these kind of conversations, because that artist at one point was a consumer. Mm-hmm. That artist, every artist that you see now, at one point in their life was only a listener. Yeah. And the stuff that they listened to and the stuff they were fed and the stuff that they were exposed to is what is what shaped them to be that artist. And so if we speak to the listeners and speak to the artists now, then the kids in the future will have a different kind of influence. And then from there, they'll have a different upbringing, and from their perspective, and then in music. So this is why this is important, in my opinion, because this is where it needs to come from. That's a great point, though, because not all gang music is glorifying in that. And I want to point that out, because I'm not trying to talk down on anybody talking about the hood or anybody talking about that gang. Like, you can speak on this type of stuff without lying to the kid. And I'm not saying lying like, I'm not saying lying like
not genuine.
Yeah,
like, that sounds like the same thing, but I feel like there's differences. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go. No, it is. Like, I'm not lying. I'm not saying lying like, oh, you lying because you say you saw somebody and you didn't do that. I'm not saying that kind of lying. I mean lying like making it all look great. Yes. Making it all sound incredible.
Leaving out the struggles.
It's some people that will, like, being a cautionary tale is different than glorifying. And so it's a lot of artists out there who will just tell the kids the good stuff, or just speak on the ignorant stuff, and they won't give you the, damn, I had my mama crying in court. Damn, I had my grandma, writing
my brother.
My grandma had to write the judge to see if I could get leniency. I I missed my cousin's funeral because I was locked up off of some dumb stuff. Like we don't get that enough. And I think like my thing and my like I don't know, my crusade in this is not to get people to stop talking about gangs or stop talking about violence or stop talking about the hood. My thing is not that. I'm just saying if you're gonna talk about it, be real about it. And then also a lot of the stuff that you hear that's condoning violence, or a lot of the stuff that you hear that's like hyping this type of stuff up,
they're not real.
They the ones that not doing much.
Yeah, exactly.
They not doing much, or they not a good big homie because they're not telling you right from wrong. And so I think I just think the accessibility to microphones, the accessibility to cameras that can make you a dope video, it's just like it's making more content and more songs out there that don't need to be out there. There should be and so instead of reaching the artists only, I'm gonna reach out to the artists, but also to the listeners and be like, yo, man, we shouldn't be okay with listening to people talk about killing other people. It shouldn't be like such a nonchalant type of, hey, yeah, go ahead, turn that murder song on and then we can listen to the Hokey Pokey app. Like it shouldn't.
honey, turn that Chief Keef on. I'm really in love with his music.
Yeah. Love so like no, it shouldn't be that, So I think in this age where we're learning more about things that we grew up on being wrong, this is one of those things. This is one of those things like yeah, so
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, right? Is authenticity, genuineness. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what separates, like, what you said, cautionary tales from someone glorifying the shit is authenticity. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Hell yeah.
And one more thing too, a lot of artists that I've talked to, and they're just like, man, that's all I know. That's a big response that I get when I talk to people. Man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I hear you. I agree with you, man. It's all I know. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all lying.
Yeah.
And I don't think y'all lying on purpose.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I just don't think they haven't tapped into that. They haven't tapped into that part of themselves, or haven't thought about it much.
A lot of our people, man, and a lot of people come from where we come from, and we make these things our whole life. But like I pointed it out in my story, bro, I've never met a gangster who was gangster 24/7. Every single gangster that I knew growing up, they was part of the church. This is VHS videos of them at White Sunday. They was in the EFI Congress too. Like, you was you, and I wrote this. This is a bar. I was on a bus. Like, this is a bar. You was you before the streets got to you. Don't tell me that this is all you know, and don't tell me that's all that's you, because that's not the entirety of you. Like, we was like everybody that I know that's in the streets, or that I looked up to that was in the streets. They had a family they took care of. They had parents that they didn't even smoke around. Like, you can't say that oh no, this is all I know. When you go to church, when you go to these celebrations and you doing it for hours, like, you are way more than these streets. You way more than that rag. You way more than the gangs that y'all subscribe to. Like I see how they can get it confused and be like, nah, this is all I know. But bro, like, we all grew up in the church. We all came from the same neighborhoods that was, outside was this, but then inside the home was different. We all shared rooms. We all got people that we love. Like, we all have dreams and aspirations. Like, we all was, either in the band at church or play music or wanted to make music, or we all want. So many of us wanted to be in the NFL or the NBA. Like, we all had hoop dreams, football dreams. Like, people saying, oh, that's all I know. Bro, don't sell yourself short. Don't do that. Y'all saying that's all I know, or that's all I am, or that's all I will be, whatever. Don't sell yourself short. Y'all had so much more before the streets, and y'all gonna have so much more after. I understand when you in the middle of it, it's just like tunnel vision. That's all you can see. But I promise you, if you really break down yourself and your layers, it's way more to your life than whatever you caught up in right now. Who was you before that? Who was you before that? You gonna find the answer, and then speak to that. You could speak on the struggle. You could speak on the good stuff. You could let people know you goofy. You could let people know you funny. You got a sense of humor. You could let people, like people get on this mic and they put up this thing and they're like, oh yeah, no, ain't nobody finna think I'm goofy or whatever. You know how we finna fight. You know how we finna fight that? The Polytickin Network finna fight that. We finna come up here as people who have professional lives, as people who made music, as people who've been out there and have a regular 9-to-5 job. And we finna show y'all that even though we come from these unfortunate circumstances like Carson, like Sacramento, like Samoa, we still here. We still being goofy. We still laughing, having the time of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Making money, taking care of our families. That's the way that you fight that. Lance, you were saying, I don't know how to change that. This is the way that you fight that. You set an example. You let the kids know, hey, bro, it's not that bad on this side. I know the streets look appealing, but it's not that bad on the sidewalk. I'm going to let you know right now. The sidewalk is fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the way, like, what we doing and what other people are doing. Other people making music, but also other people making content, people getting into the film world or getting into the, Dallas Casey with the getting into the merch world or streetwear or movies, Moana, like all of these different things. Shout out to Craig over there with his little brother promoting him and the football stuff, Henry Toto and Frankie Louvu, like all of these different people in our community that's showing kids, hey man, you don't gotta go do that. Go to football practice, or you know what I'm saying? Go. That's the way that we fight this. And that's and also on us. Shout out to Mac Moley. My fault. This is hella all over the place. I'm like a little, shout out to Mac Moley talking about how he told me his story about how he got into tech, 6 figures off just a job that he worked his way up from cleaning the cars, and now he's in tech. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And knowing that he said there ain't no other Polynesians in the Bay Area that he knows that works in tech, well, at least in the division or his department, and just seeing that, or Lance making we ain't gonna say, but making big bucks and just living life and just taking care of family. Like, this is the way we do it, and we need to champion more people like that, and we need to use our platforms, individually and together, to promote that type of stuff, to let kids know, hey man, I know that gang music is getting a lot of views on YouTube, but guess what? We chilling over here, and we don't have to worry when we go out. Peace of mind is a big thing, bro. Like all of these artists, they can't even go nowhere. All of these artists that's making this type of music, they can't go everywhere. They can't just go and just be. You gotta be on point 24/7 when you make that kind of content, when you bring that kind of energy. You gotta, everywhere you go, you gotta walk with you gotta walk with your head on a swivel or something.
Can't wear slippers.
Can't wear slippers. You gotta be on point 24/7, like you on the yard. Like, it's a lot to that life, man. It's not worth it. I'm telling y'all right now. Not every, whatever. Yeah, sorry, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for the long rant.
No,
this is something that's
off. This guy went off. Glasses went off, boy. I tell you, hell yeah.
This whole album is a culmination of like wanting better for our people and wanting our kids to not follow in the footsteps that people have left. This whole album and this whole era, working at work with these kids who are just going through a lot of things. Things got to change. I would love to be a part of that. So, my bad, y'all. My bad. I'll shut up tomorrow. Don't worry. The podcast will shut up.
Examples, options, right? It's like, yeah, you see what you're seeing or the music over there, but also here are all these other options that you can choose and be less stressful. Yeah, nice. But we decide that. We offer that. Okay.
My bad, y'all. I know we went way over time.
No, that's okay.
Anybody got anything else to add?
Hell no. I think you pretty much covered it.
I think I covered it twice.
No, good shit, man. What about you, Les? You got anything?
No. Appreciate the conversation. We on the Polytickin Podcast, we're going to be talking about the Super Bowl predictions, stats, how a bunch of the positions groups line up against each other, and kind of give our final look before the Super Bowl happens. Also, the WWE Royal Rumble, the winner gets a chance to go fight for the title at WrestleMania. There's a bunch of people going up, but shout out and good luck to Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. Hopefully we get one of those guys winning the men's Royal Rumble. That's
Let's go
Saturday.
Chiefs. Let's go Chiefs. Yeah. Yeah. Hear them Eagles fans. Hey, I think that's it, man. Marcus, please take us out, brother.
This has been another episode of the Polytickin Podcast. You friggin' nerds. 114. Oh, check us out on the Patreon too. Patreon.com/Polytickin Podcast. All of that. Do what you will. Go far. Soy four. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.